but actually giving what it is, which I don't remember at all. You're familiar. I'm just going to go from there. I'm going to wait till we have viewers. Had a kind of an active day, even though we're kind of only midday. I'd just rather wait for viewers. You can skip ahead to get to the content to do so. You may not need to hear it, you may. So there's only one way to find out, right? Oh yeah. 80 million in automatic. I just hope. Well, I mean, how could someone not do good things with it for others as well, with that amount? That's just a sick amount, really. Not that I really do that kind of stuff, but I guess I did. In a sense. So, yeah, I'd really rather they wait for there's somebody here. Plus, what? Okay, just a moment. I have to pause this for just a moment. Oh, well, I came back and then we've got a like showed up right at the same time. Maybe it came just before I left. I don't know if the person's there right now. I also am not seeing the comments. However, or comment section. However, even when I was in the previous one, I wrapped it up. It said there was 3. I think I put 1. Oh, and now the like is undone. Oh, but there it is again. Weird. Okay, but I appreciate it. So I'm going to open this up on the laptop. I don't have a lot of energy and probably am not going to roll very long. Oh, hi, Crystal. How are you? Are you still there? Yeah, it looks like you might be. So at least I can see it on here. The other thing is I'm not sure if I'm going to know how to wrap this up. Let me just check something for a moment. Okay. Yes, I think I can. Okay, so how are you doing? Ah, what a day. Oh, by the way, you're the individual that I've met through Tara, correct? And you said you had some song requests for me? Yeah, I don't know. You said you had some song requests for me, is that right? The other day, but you forgot to give them and I was busy chatting, so that's fine. I'm just going to keep... Oh, hi, Leanne. Interesting font. Anything other than that? You must be joking, because that's the one I know that you... So I'm just going to turn this down. It's just that way I can see it moving, because I'm seeing the screen behind, which has this open too, and I'm not moving, and it's confusing me. Yeah, I welcome any other requests. That, I mean, things have been pretty difficult in some ways, and that song, you know, maybe, I know you'd say it for me, but things are hard. I don't know if I know that one. I think I probably know 2 or 3 Shawn Mendes songs. I can see more like them. So I'm just going to put this over here, and I'm going to put this over here. I don't know if it would have been any difference if I'd had that one with me. So it's been a mostly good day, but Mercy is an amazing song. I think I'm thinking of begging you for mercy. Won't you release me? Or whatever that's called. Begging you for mercy. And I saw a very interesting cover of that on a talent show thing. Isn't it? Oh, okay, no, sorry. I think I know what you're saying there. I'll look into that one and see. Keep the requests coming. It sounds like you had a few before. So, hey, don't be doing none of that, eh? But, and we got 3 of you here. I just need to move some of this for a moment. And the dog's being good because he was upstairs while I was out. So, yeah, the day so far. I know you're not asking, but you probably care, so I'll tell you anyway. Because, you know, you guys are cool. And you guys don't really need the speech. But there is a third person here. And I'm not sure whether they do or not. So I think I'll start with that, actually. Then we could talk more about music. We could talk more about the day. So I tried to do an errand. I do and don't really want to talk about on here, but But I, as I said before I started, the way that some people have been in their lives that have made certain businesses have certain practices. I have to remember. What do I mean? About what? That make certain businesses. I got my nail too short. Yeah, I noticed, and I subscribed. At first, I thought, "Oh, have I not been subscribed to her this whole time?" But that's, yeah. Anyway, that have certain practices that they had to put in place, and what it can mean is somebody who's good like me, who wanted to try and give some coupons, and I don't know whether the font's showing different. Maybe it's not. It looks different for one of you, but maybe not a lot different. Anyway, who was trying to give, find a homeless, and there was actually a lady. She was being quite noisy going down the sidewalk. I didn't know if she was safe. We were on the opposite side of the sidewalk. She went around one side of the building, and I was going further down to the corner. And by the time I came back, she was there again. There was a lovely man. He looked a bit like Max from the karaoke days, actually. And he was going in. And I thought I saw Dan. He was on the way on the bike. Okay, yeah. And the staff was dipping behind the counter, so I just waited till I got home to make my phone call. But different than usually. I'm glad that you guys are supporting each other and having a nice conversation. I know that you're both good people. And I couldn't remember, Leanne, if you have horses or not. But anyway. Guys, try to listen to what I'm saying here. Truth be told, though, you two, I know you both well enough on here that, yeah, I guess you could. Oh, you posted a lot? Leanne, I didn't notice a lot compared to me. But, anywho, okay. Yeah, I had them when I was growing up for a few years. Other song requests. I mean, I'm a bit tired, but not bad. It's not that bad out there. Anyway, yeah. So, I think this is the opposite of preaching to the choir. By the way, did you get your horse back the other day? I mean, just a quick message, and I know that you're a good pet owner. Sorry, I'm looking more at this screen. But loose leash dog walking. Come on, people. I mean, seriously. I was in a kind of busy area, and I heard two people, although one or both of them was smoking. That's not a huge judgment. I don't know how anybody could still smoke. I understand the draw a little bit, but when you see the boxes and the imagery on the boxes, it's like. But I guess there are other people that are like me, or even more like me, that are a bit ambivalent to life, and they're like, come what may. I want to smoke while I can. I don't know. Anyway, I don't really, yeah. But so this, and they said something, which is what caught my attention to the dog, and then I noticed the dog wasn't on a leash, but they didn't really seem to be trying to catch it either. They were just, yeah. And it was getting close to busy. It was kind of, and I don't care how well behaved your dog is. It was small, whether it was young, I don't know. But it's like, if they see a squirrel or a rabbit or, okay, but do that after this. Okay, I might not roll that long, but song request, please. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, then, or hear a sound that interests them or whatever, a smell, they're off and running, and they might not stop and look both ways at traffic. Like, it's just common sense. Sorry, I mean, I don't want to be rude to anybody, but it truly is. And sometimes that doesn't register, apparently. That being said, there is an exception. There is somebody that I know. I guess there's always exceptions sometimes. I don't know. I like country music, yeah. Well, you're a country girl, Leanne, after all. Same as friends, but like such as. Anyway, there's an old dog that lives on our street, and he's not very fast moving. I used to be annoyed by the guy, but I've gotten to know a little bit more him, and it's like, yeah, that dog, I don't know if it even could go fast. Oh, really? Yeah, I've never really known what your disabilities were, actually. I don't believe I have. that you have a service dog. I mean, it's no judgment here, so feel free to say. Sorry, I'm looking more at this screen because this is where the comments are coming in, and I'm exposing my leg. Whoops. Well, I mean, I'm wearing shorts, so, but, we have actually two visually impaired people on our street. They don't live with each other. They're a few houses aside, apart from each other. They both have a yellow lab. One of them very noisy. Prince William. My mother said that she saw the blind lady, my step-car, you know, her, coming at the corner, and she stopped, and the other lady stopped and was letting her go. Like, they want to be extra careful, right? And they can hear it too, you know, the traffic. Might actually be better than the dog as far as that goes, as great as dogs are. Because when they can't see, they hear stronger. I mean, they probably hear pretty good anyway, right? I don't think either of you are using, what I'm going to call it, text and having a blind issue. But anyway, so yeah, to the third person that's here, this may or may not be for you, I don't know. But the other two people don't necessarily, yeah, so do I actually. Well, I mean, I have a lot of things. So, I mean, again, no judgment, and Leanne wouldn't judge you. And the third person, I don't know. And I mean, I hope I'm not judged for this thought. But I mean, it's, like I say, there's no reversing the way that certain places have their policies in place. And there might be a reason that they have them in place. But it sure was annoying today, you know. I got to a place, I biked there. I decided that I'd see how quick the line moved. I know I thought if it was busy, I wasn't going to. But you see, I looked through the window, kind of, and I guess it was the tint or something on the window. I don't know what. There was more people in the line by the time I got in than I thought there was. Two people gave up standing in line. Two people gave up standing in line. And the other one almost did, but he decided to sit down and wait. Uh, and they are, the one lady was going pretty quick. And I saw somebody from something I used to go to, which I'm not able to go to anymore. I think it was him. But he was a few people in front of me, and he looked really tired, and we just, yeah. Anyway, but if people did the right thing more, then it would make it easier for the people that are actually good people just trying to do the things they need to do. You know, I don't know how long I'll be rolling unless one of you gives song requests, country music otherwise. Uh, you know, I has a boyfriend but would never drop my friend. Who said anything about that? Oh, sorry. They had disabilities. She got a boyfriend. Yeah, thankfully I'm not in that kind of relationship either. Um, Anywho, so yeah, basically, you know, like, I don't want to be too specific what the thing was, but yeah, just, you know, I'm not saying that person, you know, listening to this needs to hear it, but maybe they do. But again, unfortunately, you know, there's no changing these policies, you know, now that they are set, you know, at certain businesses. So it doesn't matter what you bring with you. They have to send you a thing, which if you can't get onto their Wi-Fi, then you have to come home. And by the time you get home, especially if you don't drive, you know, this device was wonky. But pretty quickly after, I came onto this device. It said you can't use a desktop. So I went and tried this cell phone. It said your session has expired. Try it on a desktop. It's like I just was told I couldn't. And it kind of makes sense in a way, but it's like, you know, I shouldn't have had to have waited 15 minutes. I mean, you know, I'm not one that comes on here and just complains. And 16 minutes in, you know, for anybody who sees this afterward. But the other two know because they've seen my content often enough. You know, but sometimes you gotta. I mean, like I say, it got me out of the house for a little bit. I had my coat open, I think, and my scarf off. But I was standing there for like 15, 20 minutes. Because things were moving at a good pace. It's just that people were kind of taking long. I mean, I don't know why a couple of them sit at the... I mean, I guess they're getting the things set up and then finishing things up afterwards, and we understand that. But they sit there for like 10 minutes before they say the next person. Yeah, anywho. And so that's what happened, and I don't like doing it the other way. So geez, just bring it in sometime. Or, well, yeah, I thought I could do that step, and then once it's done, I can do the other thing on a different day. But you have to have the old one too, which I didn't know. So it's kind of like, and I thought I'd found the note. Maybe I'll look in my, maybe I'll look again and see. No, my brother has lived there though. I don't know if France. I should know, but I don't know if France is part of the UK. But he's lived in London too. My sibling. Why do you ask? Just out of curiosity. Anyway, so yeah, basically, do you like country as well? Yeah. No, I haven't been out of Canada much other than to Australia, actually. I actually lost something there once. But anyway, so yeah, basically, my brother was in a famous band in Australia. Uh, well, okay then, if you say so, but not right now. Watch it come on the radio. But yeah, so I don't know if I would have said to this lady, "Hey, I'm trying to give things to homeless people. That's the kind of person I am. Let me do what I'm trying to do here, so I can do what I came here to do." But unfortunately, some people probably would have said, "Well, this is the way we have to conduct business here, so you either do it or you don't do it." But like I'm not, you know. And then the other thing that happened is there was two staff. There was one staff person. She went on break, and other two people came there. And I had my bike parked at the side, inside, secure, because I don't have a bike lock for it, and they're not that secure anyway, really. And rather than say, "Wait a moment, let us ask our coworker that was here before us to describe the person who belongs to this bike," they just let me take the bike, which now needs a repair job, by the way. That's something that happened on the way home, though. I'm not really sure what, I don't know. They may have thought, well, you chose to put it here. Yeah, because there was somebody there to watch it. I didn't know she was going to go off shift or on break, you know. I also noticed that guy do something else, and I know that every other girl may see it a certain way. I kind of did too, but I also kind of didn't. But anyway, yeah, and I appreciate that. You say you'll be back, and even if I'm not rolling live, you can check out any of the content, and and comment on it. I appreciate chatting with you always, but I don't know how much more I'm gonna roll, because I just wanted to vent about this really in this particular one. Do a couple shorter ones today. BAI back again instantly. Yeah, I noticed you're still here. Bring a instrument. Bake a. Okay, but what could be baked that starts with I? Now I'm wondering. No. um, Anywho, yeah. So basically, yeah, that was if my time. Not that it's not important to me, but it's not like I have a shortage of time to do the things I want to or need to do. But sometimes it's the ability to do those things that is the difficulty. But if it was, then it would kind of be like, well, that's just wasted 15, 20 minutes. And then I talked with her for like 10 minutes. But yeah, as far as the bike thing goes, I mean, yeah, they really should have checked. And if they did think, well, they put it here at their risk. Well, yeah, because I wasn't going to bring it through the line with me. Maybe I don't have a lot. Maybe it got lost. Maybe common knowledge, people will cut those things. At least I was close from home when the incident happened with my bike. I had to walk it home because I'm sure it looked a little bit potentially suspicious if I'd had to go longer. But no, it's just an old bike. But yeah, so basically, but that's an example I would say of do better. Like, take that extra step for your fellow human. Turns out I was the owner of the bike, but take that extra step for your fellow human and actually care. Like they weren't making an issue of it being there, but actually, show some care and consideration for the fact that anybody could have walked off with that bike. You know what I mean? I don't know. He seemed like a lovely guy, but maybe a little slow in that way. Um, and I don't think it would have taken that much thought, like, maybe a moment to process, oh, maybe I should do this, and then do that. I don't know. So I won't be doing that again because, I guess they maybe, it's possible that he maybe thought, well, if the person is not at the counter who it belongs to, they say, hey, that's my bike. Back, I had to take a package. Well, that was quick. Very quick. Christmas gift? They might say that. I don't know why the font's looking weird. Do you have a new device or what? Um, but anyway. Other than that, I went and had, the good parts of the day, even though I could have. I could have. And, but you know what? I'll maybe do it in a couple of days when I'm out. I wanted to give those coupons. That didn't happen. On the plus side, though, okay, cool. I did have a nice lunch. Something I hadn't had at that place because I hardly ever go to it. And I might use the other coupon for the same thing, but I'd say no tomato. I seem to be feeling fine after having the peppers that were in it. So, but yeah, and it was fairly mild out. A little bit wet feeling outside because it is winter, but it was fairly mild out for to do that. So that was kind of nice. But yeah, and then on the way back, like I say, there was this lady and she was wailing and moaning, like she was walking and she was across the street. And I mean, we live in a big world, so if you're like, oh, I must know where you live because I saw that when I was out, it's a big world, But and but she wasn't on the ground; she was walking. And I have to see about that when it starts. I you know, I was on the other side of the street, and I felt a little iffy, to be quite honest. But I'm kind of kicking myself on that one because it's kind of like she certainly made it known that she was in the area there and wasn't seeming to have a good day for whatever reason. I should have given her the coupons. Because when I got back, I got across the street and came up to the place I was going to. She was standing right there, smoking, I believe. Another smoker. And I'm pretty sure that was the same woman. But unfortunately, well, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Leanne, you're the one that's still here, yes. Have you ever had anybody in the homeless community that you help out be not thankful? Like, in a way, I can almost understand it. They might be like, how dare you look down on me? I can fend for myself. Do you ever hear that kind of thing? Because, yeah, we were at oh, really? And that's unfortunate. And that's what I worry about, or someone being, aggressive when I'm trying to do a good thing. But I sure as heck don't need all those coupons. I mean, it's a kind of a rough area that McDonald's is in. I don't know where another one is, and I really don't eat McDonald's that much. What do I mean, give it to somebody at work, for G? Because, I mean, it was going to feel real good to do that. It's not just about it feeling good. It's a nice thing to do. But, yeah, like, we were at a Christmas dinner not long ago. And when we left the agency, we were standing outside, and this lady came out. I didn't get a good look at her or whatever. She tossed a plate of food, like a cardboard plate of food, to the ground. Oh, did you? Interesting. Okay. She tossed a plate of food to the ground, and I think she was cussing a little bit. I tried to tell myself afterwards, I tried to reason, other than having a bad day, maybe she dropped it initially, and instead of looking to see how much was still on the plate and trying to save what she could of it, she maybe got frustrated. Or maybe she was embarrassed. It wasn't necessarily a place for low income, but people with health issues. A solstice event. And if anybody working at this place recognizes me or, hears this, you still did a good thing. You put on a lovely feast, an event, and she wasn't at that, I don't think, at the first part of the event. And I don't think it was Susan. You put on a lovely event, put in a lot of work to it, and it was appreciated by most people, for sure. And in fact, they sent us home with a lot of food that lasted us like 2 or 3 days. Um, we've got that little container, like what they were giving out with tarts from the neighbor, and I keep thinking, oh, there's still one more container. Well, don't keep thinking. I've thought a couple times, oh, there's still one more container from it. Oh, wait, no, that's the tarts from Joanne. But yeah, no, I don't know if it was just or this is a hard time of year for people. That we just got past, and a lot of times are hard. But it could have just been like, well, I I either got extra or wasn't that hungry at the time, brought it out. Well, I don't want to carry it around. It'll be cold. Or I don't have anyone to be with over the holidays. I'm angry. I mean, when you look at it, there's some ways where it maybe makes sense. But at first it came across as you're so ungrateful and a waster. And then my spouse felt like it was their responsibility to clean it up. I says it's not really, and you can hope that that person might come back and do so. Says, well, I'm not hoping too strongly on that. It's like I would have said, just leave it. Somebody who's desperate and homeless, I couldn't convince, unfortunately. So. Oh yeah, I see you've updated your picture. You got the braids. I saw somebody else with long braids today. So where is this video of what you speak? Because I still only see the one. It's in your shorts or what? I'm not seeing it. Seems like you've been pretty busy though. What the heck? Man, your dad has a long time. Oh, okay, I think I found the short. I'll go with this one because that tongue is scary. I can deal with Gene Simmons, but can I? I don't know. But country songs, please. Shorts. We don't talk about guns here. Your style of glasses, by the way, is very popular right now. Have you noticed that? They're kind of like the bigger. Oh, I thanks. Yes, sir, or yes, sir. I didn't know anybody else was watching. Pose? What pose? Um, Sending friendly love back to you. First time to the channel? How'd you come across it? Welcome. And yeah, I understand. Some people might be a little bit intimidated, but try not to, yeah, I don't know. Oh wow, a commenter other than my usual commenters that actually has some content. Billiards, I don't mind. Okay. It's very interesting that you expressed love so quickly to a stranger, and I do appreciate that, and I wish you well in your life. But, oh, okay. Leanne, out of curiosity, can you just tell me what the second comment was that he put there? It still says there's 2 viewers. I'm sorry, I see a video game mentioned on here that I really think is not healthy. And unfortunately, certain people will play those kind of games and then be that way in life. And that's why one of the reasons the world's messed up. Very positive comment that he put, and I do appreciate that. And I, where I go like this? I'm sorry, that's what he said? If that's what he said, I'm not making sense of it. And I don't know what pose you're talking about. I hadn't talked about a pose. Oh, okay. I like that, how that looks actually, even though there's no body. Let's draw a body onto a smiley face with his tongue out, and I have an art idea now. Where's that guy that draws? um, no, but that was your dad. Your dad with his tongue out, like this. Yeah, I've never understood tongue out photos, to be honest. I also don't understand septum piercings. I don't think you have one, and I hope you never get one. You know, because I don't. They're pointless and a waste of money, and you can get infections. And anyway, no offense to anybody that has one. I just don't get it. um, but yeah, that's unfortunate. So yeah, that's what I felt about that lady. You know, I felt mixed, but there was a part of me. Okay, well, you know my favorite there. There's a part of me that you really need to see people's tongues. I didn't like French kissing. There's a part of me that thought, you know, I don't know, she could have been aggressive, so it's probably good that I didn't approach her. Like that one I was talking about in my previous video. Again, she's trying to survive, and she's willing to kind of ask people that go by, you know. But I don't sense that she's aggressive. She's also, let's just say this, got a bit of a disability, but that chair could probably move fairly fast. But I really don't think that I need to worry about her. So I hope that you know, if I was gonna pick, I'd go to that location because that area is. But if I'm around and I see somebody, that was the other thing. I said I have the best of intent and I have this in my heart to do it, but I seem to not be great at actually doing it. I mean, I haven't tried that often, but because usually I'm not really that able to. Uh, but also, it's not my fault if I'm not seeing anybody who's homeless or for sure homeless. You know, um, I mean, I thought I did earlier, and I talked about that in the previous video, but I wasn't 100% sure. And even though that was one of the things I planned to do when I went out, yeah, maybe it's easier when you're doing it with like a agency or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. You know, 'cause sometimes I think that we're showing people our things for a reason to try and do something good. Uh, and I feel like I missed some of those opportunities today. Like I saw it, but I didn't respond the way I would have. I didn't really respond much, to be honest. Surprise, you know. But other than that, how's your day going? You already done your classes for the day? But no, I enjoyed the lunch. It wasn't too noisy there. They still had Christmas music playing. That was the other thing. I had to keep with the washroom, and she actually had to come and. I mean, it was a little bit more sanitary, perhaps. I suppose open that door for me, and the use washroom. Um, but you know, I guess it's good to know just in case. Well, nobody else could get in there without asking for a key. So if she knows that nobody asked for the key before, within the past 5 or 10 minutes before I did, and I didn't see anybody do so, then there probably wasn't anybody in there. But I've been places where they give you the key, and it's kind of like, whether they think you're going to lose it or, I mean, yeah. I mean, some people will do things because they're frustrated or accidentally. It's true. So it makes sense. But it was a little weird, I thought, at first. So, what songs would you like, specifically, would you like to hear me do that I might know? Because I didn't know that one. I've heard of them. Don't get me wrong. And that reminds me of something else I was trying to do good. But anyway, sometimes I'm able, at least I have here. At least I have YouTube. I'm so thankful. Even though sometimes it's a bit of a slow slog, um, you know. Yeah, I know quite a few. But I still need ideas. And then I need to just take a moment because I've been talking for a few minutes and I was out and about, and then I podcasted once or twice earlier. It's been one of those days. I might just take the evening to relax. Not that I'm, you know, otherwise, yeah, fairly relaxed, but I certainly would be happy to do a song or two. I mean, the movement may have been helpful for me, but sometimes I feel like it isn't. But my symptoms aren't that noticeable at the moment, so yeah, I might be happy to do some music. I feel like I do know one of his popular songs right now. Couldn't tell you what it is, so you'll have to tell me. But that name is kind of familiar. But oddly, I went to school with somebody with that last name, I believe, or was that Palin? His name was Sarah Palin. And yeah, and then Morgan. Hopefully, you won't have anything. I'll sing a little bit of a song now that just came to mind. Carrying your love with me, from Tennessee. I've been moving at the Lord's speed. Carrying your love with me. I'm holding on. Remember that you gotta be strong. Did you ask me about that song once? I feel like you did, Leah. Or Crystal, maybe. I think Crystal's not here right now. But yeah, what's the Morgan Wallen song? Or is it Waylon? But that's ironic after talking about that lady Waylon. I hope that her day improves. I don't know what's going on. I'm kicking myself. Like I say, I should have given them to her. Or at least some of them, but Cowgirls. Don't think I do, unfortunately. I promise I'm musically diverse. Uh, Unfortunately, I'm not seeing the comments there. What's his other big songs these days? Popular songs. Let's not get too stuck on the name. And to the second person, feel free to comment as well, and at least like. If you are commenting, I'm not seeing them. I'm having to follow them on this device, like I say. But the last one, I don't know if you were here earlier, either of you, when I was rolling. It said there was 3 or 4 comments. I think I didn't see any. I said, yeah, I noticed that. Uh, Other than if I maybe put one. And I'm a little bit curious what Yasser said. I think the second comment. Or did you tell me? Actually, I might be able to. Just a minute. I'm from Pakistan. Okay. Yeah, and that wasn't a racist thing. It's like I just think that game is not kosher. I tried to give a good little send off, you know. Last night is one of his. Let me see if that's the one I know. I don't think it is, but let me see. If I know any of his songs, it's like one of his newer ones, that's for sure. The browser's being a bit slow. Oh, no, actually, it's not bad. I'm just impatient sometimes. Okay, now when I click that song, or I thought I searched a specific song. I've got his whole list of songs, so let me just look at that for a moment here. I think I know "Wasted on You," but I don't know if I want to do that song. "Flower Shop," I know an Ed Sheeran song called that. "Wish I Had Some Help, I Could Use Some Help." Should you do that song? Huh, he's got a song about cigarettes, ironically. Um, I don't know. Oh, I also know the Ed Sheeran song "Afterglow." Uh, Born with a Beer in My Hand. I dated somebody in South Africa that liked to say that's how they were. Uh, hmm. Then he's got some titles that I really think aren't kosher. I'm sorry. Keep requesting. I'll find something. We'll find something that I'll agree on. I don't really feel super confident with his stuff anyway. I don't know it well enough. I am going to run upstairs very, very quickly, though. You know, I'm still a little bit hungry. I had some fries to bring home at least. Well, as long as you keep trying to watch it here, I'm happy. Um, but in fact, you're the only one here right now. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on with your internet. Whoops. My keyboard likes to switch. Yeah, I appreciate it. I do have to run upstairs for under 5 minutes. I feel kind of craving more of those fries, but they're not McDonald's fries, which I actually am kind of craving. But I have my fries fixed for now. Um, but yeah, song requests, topics, comments, questions, concerns. It's not indicating anybody's there right now, but that being said, let me just see what this does when I plug it. Whoa, those are really spread. When I plug it in, because it needs to be plugged in. And sometimes it's wonky when I do that, sometimes it isn't. Huh, it didn't go out, which is weird, even especially since I'm jiggling the cord unintentionally. That's amazing. I thought this thing was more touchy than that. I really dislike this tripod. Have I mentioned? I mean, it's kind of handy because then I can have it plugged in at the same time, but I really quite dislike it. That's me, not you wobbling it. I'd like it just to stay in one position. Finally. After all that, yeah. I'm going to wrap up. No, just kidding. um, sorry, I had to go to answer a comment. Okay. Yeah, good old ADHD, right? I have to go for a moment to answer my system. But I'll be back in under 5 minutes. So think of some songs. Feel free to put them, either of you, and I'll be happy to do them. I'm amazingly feeling. I mean, I ate pretty well so far today. I'm amazingly feeling not bad actually, considering I was out and about. I just wish, like I say, that my errands had been. You know, it's good that I got myself fed, but I wish that they had been a bit more successful because the next few days of weather are so-so. But anyway, back I'll be. Hey, you good little boy. Oh, you're so good. You're so good. Oh, yes. Oh. I'm kind of hungry. I want to eat, kind of want to eat more. Yes, I'm going to put that there. Not like a meal. Cookies are kind of dry, but if it's not a meal, that might be what it is. I could have the rest of that pasta, or at least a scoop of it. Because that's not enough to have later anyway, and I don't know if it really would have went with fries. Oh yeah, maybe that is the pot. Oh, fine. Hello. Is it just Liam we got watching here, or anybody else? Just Liam? Here's Sonny. No, go Liam. Right as I did that, it said it went to 0 views, but that could be inaccurate. No, I think I'm glad you are still here though. No, I think I don't know what she said. I don't know what her excuse was. You know what dressage is? Other than wearing dresses? No, she said that I think she said she would try and come back, so. You have dogs, don't you? I think. Again, I really appreciate our connection. Hope we always find a way to make it work. I feel like we may have some slightly different values on some things, but you're young, you're figuring things out. And I don't wear dresses. Oh, well, that makes one of us. No, but kind of. I wear jeans and t-shirts. I like you like the band on your t-shirt. That's a country song. Who does that? And then there's the boots are made for walking. Whose bed have you boots? No, I don't want to sing that song. I almost wore a different one today, but then I decided not to, and I don't remember why. Other than eating and... Oh, I wanted to go out with this message on, even though I thought it might be recognizable. Because I'm silly like that sometimes, eh? No, and I wasn't joking about that one statement, by the way. Which may or may not surprise you, but anyway. I hope, like your cousin, you would still... Not that I'm saying your cousin is, but anyway. And then, as far as the other thing... Whoops. She loves me like the band on her t-shirt. Ooh. What song is that? Sorry, the stupid tripod. I should have not touched it. It's a stupid design. I think it's helpful to be able to adjust it like this, but it really isn't. I'll stop moving the thing. Now, I still don't like how this is propped. Let me put this down here. Let me try and do it without the thing there. Get it hopefully perfect. It is handy though, like I say, I can charge it at the same time. Well, it's kind of only being held by one no. By one no and 2 yeses. I can hear, can't hear. You know what? I'm either just going to hold. Yeah, I'm just going to hold it. No, I don't want to hold it. I used to think it was autism, my Asperger's, and it might be. Sorry for the movement, folks. I'm trying to get this thing. Okay, that's not bad. Kind of surprised. The position doesn't look like it would be. Anyway, but it might be also the neuropathy. Yeah, I was just moving the device around. Could you not tell? Did you not go for a bit of a wild ride there? So other than that, how's your day been? And how about the other person? Feel free to join the chat as well. Not making you, but I'm strongly suggesting you do so. Because I've said about as much as I can think to say. We can keep the song requests coming. Eventually something will stick and I'll be like, yes, that one. No! Instantly! Hurry up, internet! I gotta do the song. That you know of. And thanks for using the full acronym. That you know of. Oh, well, I kind of talked about my day already, so I guess I kind of felt how I was, but said how I was, but thanks for asking. Yeah, it's going to be a long day, and I don't really have any plans until in a couple of days or so I have one, and then on the 15th, but other than that, oh, on the 1st, I'm going to see about some collaboration options. That are blood. Interesting way that you put that. I mean, like that are biologically related. Interesting. Anywho, but it's very popular. But it's not just about popularity, of course. Um, that reminds me of a song, but I'm not going to do it. But show tunes, country. I do like that theme. I think that I'm fairly decent with country. I'm fairly decent with a lot of music. Not to toot my own bugle, but I've been at it for a long time, and I do think so. Not so decent with thinking of the ideas, but I think that when I'm singing, I can get into a really kind of a. Not that there's only one way to sing country songs, but I can really get that deep draw of country music. What is up with your internet? Is it the weather? Okay. But you were here for a while. It seemed like, it seems like it's mostly, the communications working well. I didn't know that was like that. So I do appreciate that. I don't know where everybody else is. Time for a new one, eh? um, oh, watching Sleep Budget. No, and some good stuff too, I'm sure. I mean, I'm not the only one that posts good stuff. I mean, that's a band, I know, but I once found out that one of their songs on this website that I pull up songs on, it wouldn't open there for some reason. Well, we're Celsius here, but yeah. Anyway, and on the other one, and I don't know. It's not a bad suggestion, but I'm open to other song suggestions instead. Or topics. I kind of covered the main topic. What would be kind of cool is if people heard me doing music, they're like, hey, this guy's pretty good, and, get a kind of a cool vibe from him. They're like, I wonder what the rest of this video was about, or some of his other content. And I'm always trying to speak about, trying to spread the goodness in that, and I think just that itself hopefully is encouraging other people. A lot of people are good, but a lot of people that aren't hopefully realize they could do better and start doing so. You know, start of a new year is a pretty good time as good a time as any, really, to do that. So, nobody's going to think certain things. But yeah, I guess it might not show how many people are viewing on that one because it's not the one recorded. I think it still should, but I don't think it does. Well, I might not much longer. I don't know, but it still might come back. Dressage screen and I don't know. I've got some time. At home for another 2.5 hours, unless it gets home early. And even though I managed, I think I need to listen to my symptoms uh, like later this evening. If my sinuses and my sore throat is sore, even if I'm bored, and they would be anyway, maybe gonna try and tell myself just watch stuff or something. I'm actually kind of getting a bit of an. I mean, I know I feel mixed feelings, but I'm mostly kind of feeling like I kind of want to browse some lives myself now. But I'd actually rather this charge more, even though it drops fast, because I don't want to have to be kind of connected to the short cord and. But once I load it, I could go there and then do it via the computer. It seems to be a bit better manually anyway, so I might do that. I might just do it. I would hope that people, if it seems long to them, they'd at least try and watch a little bit, and they'd hear the main message, and the rest was just kind of chat and really rambling. But I mean, I kind of think it's like 59 minutes long now. So if people are willing to watch a longer video, then that won't deter them. And if they aren't, then it's gotten so long that. But they might check out some of the other content that's shorter and then be like, yeah, okay, you know what, it's worth it. I'll check out more of it. Because, yeah, if people give the time to get to know someone, most of the time I think it's worth it, and you can get along with people. We've all seen that in our lives, I think. So, yeah, I just saying, and that works on both sides, you know. So I'll roll for maybe another 20-ish, 25 minutes. Although the truth be told, I don't really have a lot more to say, so I don't know what it looks like. I don't know, I don't know. I really need that. Oh, with the coupon, it should. How much did he give me back? 10? 42, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5. So I got $3 off. If it was 9 something, I paid 20. I got about 14. 50, 60, 70, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4 is what it should be. So I did save about $4 or $5. So that's nice. And yeah, I was kind of surprised about this. I had thought that the fast food place wouldn't necessarily, I don't go to them very often. Oops, did I rip off an important part of that coupon? No, oh, maybe. The scam code. I'm going to have to take that back together. That's not there's another one over there, though. That's the one I ripped today, eh? Yeah. But, I thought they would have the sugar and stuff, like, only behind the counter. And he did make my coffee up with the stuff I wanted in it. But, no, they had it actually, available on a little counter. Because I figured people are going to do just that. They're going to stock up on stuff. Things are expensive in that. And I didn't go crazy, but I was a little bit surprised to see hot sauce at A&W. I don't know why. Again, I don't go there often. There was one jam and one peanut butter. We have lots of peanut butter. It's the only reason I didn't take it. So I took the jam and I took a few sugars because they were out in the open. So maybe that's why it was Christmas right the other day. And I was watching the dog. But no, I don't know. It's not like I wasn't really, but things didn't go quite as I'd hoped, right? But anyway, I know it's been that long, but sometimes I think I gotta leave the screen again at the moment, so I might just permanently wrap this up for now and do other things. Really love chatting with people out here, though. Familiar people, new people. I really do. But again, I can do that scrolling too, and hopefully, every now and then, when you go through life and you've had it happen a few times, where it's like you feel like you've been misunderstood or whatever, or like people. I did a video on it just the other day. I can't remember what the title was. I did one last night, and I don't think it was that one. So it'd be and the way they show is whatever's the most recent shows at the top, but actually they throw, forget what the word is, kind of in the opposite order. Like, so the most recent actually is at the top going up. But from how it would show, it would be the second most recent before today's. Now, I don't know if it'll show a date. How many have I done today? I think this is the third. It's been a pretty podcast today. It might be the fourth. And yes, I was wearing my YouTube shirt. It might look a little darker in the room, in the still, perhaps, because... Oh, no, that wasn't nighttime, right. Let me just see for a moment. Let me just see, because I'm nice. That's really ironic after seeing my aunt's twin when I was out earlier. Not actual twin, but close enough. Close enough. It would have been really funny if I'd been with her, because that would have been her sister. But she's not in our city, so... And I don't know why lately it hasn't been showing much of a thumbnail, just an icon. But sometimes it does. I don't really know. That's not something I'm setting. And I've been a little bit lazy with some of the titles. And for those ones, I'm saying this when nobody looks like they're here, but for those ones, feel free to suggest titles. That I'm open to. Yeah, actually, the title makes sense. It was the one called Connection, Empathy, and Clarifying Life. Clarifying, comma, life is something is what that's supposed to mean. It's actually, at the moment, directly below this one. So, anyway, I'm going to leave that at that, I think. So, yeah. Let's see how I wrap this up, because it's not displaying things quite properly.